Is it started? Hold it. Let me see. Where's okay here? Oh. Well, I think it started. Hold it on the music. Joe says I'm live. Holy cats, I'm doing the stream thing. Go away. Let's see if I can. No, leave me alone. Oh, I know how I did this yesterday. I did like this. Well, give me a second. I'm cluing in on myself here. Oh, where's here? I want this too. Oh wow, I lost stuff here. Hold on. All right, I just gotta do it quickly. Yeah, I came across this. I'm gonna see. Oh boy. Yeah. It's a lovely day tomorrow. Yeah, Stephen Eady did a. This is a TV guy from 1958. That's Sammy. And there's a story in here of. There's a couple of interesting things in here on the cartooning side too, but it's really tiny. But there's the whole story of Eady. But just before that is a cartoon thing of Arnold Roth. You know, when I saw TV Guide cut down their area of text and words, I thought, wow, but no, apparently it was always, back in 58 it was short. Anyway, so that's playing, still doing the Steve Eady thing, something fun to share there. I was going to do something live. Let's see what happens. Hold on, I'm still connecting. Here we go. Okay, I got there. Feel free, and I got pens. Oh, and what to draw? Well, no one put anything. I want to do something with. But I yesterday was fun. I used the Kinder Egg as a. I used the Kinder Egg. I got one right here. Use the Kinder Egg to kind of. If no one else is going to write something, because there's all I could draw anything. So let's see what the Kinder Egg has in it. And what's in the Kinder Egg? It's something about Easter. That I know. So. What is this? I don't know. These are each. You never know what you're going to get in a Kinder Egg. This has a little chick. It looks like a duck. No, it's a duck with a chick on its head, and it goes together like this. Now, as I've said, in Germany, it's a whole egg you get. So this is a duck in water, I guess. Oh, and it's a top, so it goes around, spins around. Well, if ducks do that, that's something to do for ducks. And there's something else here, so it does something else. Bunch of little eggs. I don't know. I'll check it another time. All right, let's see. Maybe something with ducks then, since nothing else is coming up here. How about that? Oh, make sure to check my numbers. 56. All right, something with ducks. Let me turn this a little bit like this so I can see a little bit of what I'm doing here. Ducks with a chick on his head. That's an interesting thought. How would I draw that? Well, I might draw something like this. Maybe I would draw something like this. I hope everybody's doing fine. And feel free to type something. This is being streamed to YouTube and LinkedIn and whatever. And hello to anyone who comes in from there. What I haven't been doing to those is posting hope you can hear me. Seemed like it was working pretty good. Come back here and do a little. I'll give a little sense of little fluffy ducks. And maybe there's a little something over here. A marsh of some sort. Now, where the chick came from, you got me. Came along the way. There we go. I should probably do that up that way. Chick with a duck with a chick on his head. Her head, his head, who knows? All right, well, I was just a few minutes. I'll add a little color to this and see what happens, huh? What do you think? Look at all these. What was this all about? So this is this Kinder Egg, which comes with instructions. This is part of the new 2024 Easter collection. So the idea is that you somehow it looks like you pick up the little eggs that come in there and you color them. I'm not sure how you do that with this little guy. Some of the Kinder items have come in with a. So I'm still not sure what's on top of his head. I don't know if that's a chick or not. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Okay, well, there's something. A chick with a bow. I don't know. Well, anyway, somehow this is, I guess, I'm not sure. Anyway, interesting little construction of the duck in there. All right, so I'll paint this real quick like a bunny. Let's see what happens. I need to get all this paraphernalia from Kinder out of the way. Let me just get this out of the way. I'm going to grab this brush I have here, and this here brush, which already has water in it. I'm going to get some yellow. So it's got a little gap because I'm not right there. I got to get paint. You know, that's a little plastic paint thing I have here. I'll just add some paint. I'm working on the cover of my soon-to-come River of Life 2, hoping to have it done by this time today, but I probably need another 4 or 5 hours to get it done. So I'll have it done before I turn in tonight, because tomorrow I have other work I gotta get done. I have two projects. Well, one's multi-part. See, I'm going to go ahead and turn this upside down because it just helps me paint. I got to pull the chair a little bit. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. did I start to sneeze? I don't know. Alright, I'm going to actually add that on there. So I'm going to come in here and get a little bit of orange. And I'm going to mix this a little bit in here with the yellow. Wow, it's hard to see because of the light. Can I dash? If I make that light go, you won't see. I just need to turn it up a little bit here. I'm just going to come in here and use a little bit of finger stuff. All right, there we go. Yeah, all right. I'm going to do a drawing of the good. I saw that in the past. Last year at this time, I was doing drawings of the good people, and I have not been doing that. And I don't know if I'll do this next week because I'm supposed to be in North Carolina, and it's kind of hard to do these in North Carolina because I'm not taking my computer. I'll just have, but of course I did it last time. I didn't have without that. If you're here, do say hello. I appreciate it. So I know if anybody's here. I admit I work better with when the chat stuff's going. My nose is now running. Oh, I had to show this. I thought I was going to show it. What to do with it? I had a little ice cream just before this, and that was a dumb thing to do. Actually, something you can get at Aldi. It's called a leprechaun. A leprechaun. Nifty little items. They only come 4 in the box, and they run about $4 each. But they are pretty neat, and they're very good, as things at Aldi tend to be. But I think I just did that before I started, and so I'm getting my sinuses acting from that. Should have thought of that. I'm trying to finish a number of things before I leave because I'm not going to be gone very long, but I also don't want to have take a few things out of the freezer and refrigerator before I go. Now, that's what I was looking for this. All right. I'm going to something totally different now. Oh, it wasn't much ice cream. I don't think it was going to have that much effect, but it is. All right. Well. I'm going to try to do a video while I'm up there, but we'll see. As I say, I probably won't be there very long. Leaving, I believe, Thursday, and I'll be there about a week. Up here. All right, there's that. Carla Wilson, hey, how are you? Where have you been? Where on earth have you been? Both you and Brian are there. Well, you wouldn't guess where I am these days. Unless you've been following the saga to some extent. But I hope y'all are doing well. Are you all in the same place that you were? Because I sure have moved. My life has completely gone upside down here in the past, since last summer. I'm in Brevard County, believe it or not, right now. I'll be in North Carolina. I'm helping out my stepdaughter up in up in North Carolina. I'll be up there here coming up this next weekend and week probably, and then I'll be back there again in June for a convention I'm helping out with. I got some extended family out that way. There we go. I need that right there. Just want to get that eyeball poking a little bit more than it does. Because you all were living near near Boone High School. Gee whiz, you all should come out to Pioneer. Oh, you're in Seminole County. Well, you should come out. I tend to volunteer at times at the Seminole County Historical Museum, and I was there in February. Got back from Actually, I specifically came back from North Carolina just so I could volunteer at an event there, because I usually volunteer at the St. Lucia Festival, and I couldn't do it this year. I got sick, so I made sure I came back in time for a Seminole War demonstration. They just had a high tea there at the Seminole Museum. That is amazing. I saw pictures. It's amazing how they make use of so little. Anyone who says, I don't have enough room for things, needs to see what happens at the Seminole County Historical Museum, because you wouldn't think they'd have room for all they do. But they do it. They get it done. And that's Lloyd Bennett out there. He's very, very good. Very, very good. Now, where y'all are, I'm sorry I didn't remember. I don't know why I thought I guess because we did a couple of things there by Boone High School. Y'all had that picnic thing there. So that's where I'm hearkening to a decade ago or so more. Well, let me know if I can help y'all with something. I'm a little more restricted than I was before. It's kind of the deal. However, my new position, if you will, new job, is to do more involving Florida history. And my Swampy's Florida, which is why one of the things I'm trying to get this book done. It's been certainly delayed enough. The interior of the book is being formatted, I guess, or going to be here this week. Great Tiffany's going to do that. And then I'll get the cover done. By tonight, going right back to digital coloring. Yes, well, I'm still an Edgewater Eagle. Been needed recently. Someone's been helping. Actually, she's helping edit this new Swampy book, which is called River of Life. It is Miss Melissa Busby, who was the class before me at Edgewater. But what's interesting is my stepdaughter came about from also that same class, my first wife, Edith, who was also that same exact class. Boone. I've got a bunch of Boone Brave friends. Reminds me of Joan Milligan. Hope Joan's doing okay. Saw her Christmas time very briefly. Hope to do another Beefy King gathering here. Actually, I was just sending a message to Maria Bolton. Let's see if she can meet me over there. I need to do something soon over that way. Saw a bunch of folks at Pioneer Days. Golly, that was, I love being at Pioneer Days. I know so many people. We know so much help. Well, both Melissa was there too, helping Barbara McCann. Barbara's an old City Hall pal. Now, would you like to put it? Now, I would expect, Carla and Brian, that if I say name a favorite animal, you're not going to have the hesitation I get from just about everybody else. Wow, it is. Something. Actually, I mentioned something to you all a couple decades ago, and it is. Wow, is it ever happening? The lack of zoos, the lack of people and I'm talking. It's a common conversation I have now, is how people are scared of animals. You got to have them around so they're not scared of them. And wow, are they ever scared of them? It's really sad. I mean, I talk to somebody in their 20s these days. Who's your favorite animal? I don't like animals. What? They just never seen them because they don't know what they see them in a movie or some stupid cartoon, some rotten Disney garbage. And you all know I've hated Disney since I was little. I'm glad there's others that are joining me. they think I'm part of the crowd. No, I've never liked it. I've never liked Disney. I despise Disney. I just know that DeSantis could have just, because of how that, because I know the Reedy Creek thing so well. I know how it was implemented. I know how it can be killed, and he could have killed it, and he didn't. He could have. He didn't. He played with it, and he shouldn't have. I would suspect that he was being thwarted in the interior parts because everybody's paid off around there. But God, I was hoping that damn thing was going to die. I'd love to see the EPA actually be able to go in there and wrap their heads into the wall a few times. I remember the costume that Brian has. Very accurate. The blood on the hands of... We're never going to see. I'm hoping to do another water book too with Swampy here soon. Greyhounds, of course. I get such hesitation from people these days. Just at the book fair, especially younger people, they just don't know what to say, and they kind of always turn to dogs and cats. And I mention other Florida critters, and they look. I say, guys, I tell the parents, please go out hiking. Please try to get your young people to see a critter and appreciate that there are critters around. We don't want them going away because their lack of care is is their greatest threat. Oh, something I can do now I couldn't do before. Let me get this duck out of the way. Oh. Yeah, last week during the live, I think we were talking about Gerhard Munster, and he was a greyhound rescuer. I don't know if he's still doing that. He's up on the St. Johns River. Yes, hold like the trophy. That's why these days I'm really not doing caricature. I'm trying to do what I call happy animal drawings at events, because nobody gets to see anything happy anymore. Everybody's upset and angry about everything for some reason. So I try to do things that are happy, and people should be happy about things, and they need to see happy animals. And it's also my little way of getting critters in front of them. I admit. I try to get folks Florida critters when you'd find out in the wild. I try to get them to go out in the wild. Now, were you all near Winter Springs? Because I am going to really try to. I don't know if I'll get out there before Christmas, but I'm really going to try to get out there Christmas time and see my junior high school art teacher has artistic hands there on 434, and I'm not being able to get out there. I wasn't able to get out there at all this year. Hopefully this year I should be able to. If I live so long, there's that too, of course. Who knows what may happen? So yeah, I've kind of stopped doing the whole caricature. I don't want to do it anymore. I've just had it with the human race. And it's important to me that people like little critters. We're more happier about things. And that's what the caricature thing was doing. Angry people coming. I was asking what they like to do in life, and they just weren't happy. We need to stop being so angry about everything, or anything for that matter. This just doesn't make sense. We don't know how to laugh at ourselves anymore. Take ourselves way too seriously. No one has a few have a sense of humor. Well, I like making fun of things. It's fun. I'm also back in the political cartoon seat, too. That's why I wanted to kind of meet with Maria about a couple things. I'm supposed to be doing some specific things, but I also want to try to get in some other things, too. But with Swampy's Florida, besides the books I have planned of Florida history, including a school curriculum for homeschoolers, the only place you can teach Florida history anymore is in a homeschool. Can't do it in public schools. They're too busy trying to meet tests and garbage. So homeschoolers can still do it. So I did one about 10 years ago. But now I'm being put in a position where I can really do a nice multi-part extensive history that can be used. So I hope to have that done maybe in a year. I'm also going to do I also have some fluffy, swampy books. I'm doing Valentine's Day and St. Patrick's Day, which I couldn't get out in time. I'm trying to sell here on South Brevard. I'm down Palm Bay. Wait, wow, is this a nasty little area? I've been here before a number of times, of course. I know Florida like the back of my hand. But wow, is this a nasty little area. I can't believe how little interaction there is here. I wonder why that is. Usually, both yesterday and today are really quiet. I don't know why. Usually there's a lot of people come bolting in here. Very, very quiet. Well, give me just a second. Let me just finish this real quick. Taking a lot of time. Only took me about 3 minutes to do this. The black and white part, and the color does take time. I'm giving it more time. I probably should. All right, I'll one thing I didn't do. Make sure I signed it. And if you like it, if you participated in the comments, like Carla has and Brian, you can have the drawing free. Just ask. I'm gonna throw that over there. All right. Hold on, just give me a second. So I'm going to try again 2 more here. Must be something going on. Keep people. Of course, we've got St. Patrick's Day and the Rooms of Ireland. And I'm going to do a drawing of the good people here. That'll be the last drawing probably I'll do here today. Yeah, I did something with the Florida Springs Institute called Aquatic Adventures. I hope to expand that a bit. I was talking to Laura Lee Thompson here about 3 weeks ago, and I was getting her thoughts as to about what else might be needed. And she basically described Aquatic Adventures. It kind of gets to what me and Bob Knight had talked about, which is maybe I should expand Aquatic Adventures to be something into separate individual parts. And I don't think I'm very sad to see how St. Patrick's Day has turned into a big booze hall thing. It's actually something pretty neat. It seems like here in the States, we turn everything into a big alcohol-driven event. That's, again, happy animals. I remember when we used to have fun. I mean, real fun without unneeded stimulants. Well, I'm pushing that still. And if anyone's watching over at YouTube and so on, hello and thank you for watching. Sorry, I'm not. It's harder for me to tune into all these different places, especially when I'm trying to draw two at the same time. Oops. I'm not seeing. Sorry, I was kind of walked myself away. Thank you for commenting, though. If y'all want this drawing, let me know. We can meet. I need to get by Del Siemens' artistic hand. I'm supposed to meet old Bruce Laughlin over there. Back Christmas time, never did. Yeah, the fellow who has artistic hands was my art teacher at Robert E. Lee Junior High School. I hope to try to see my elementary school art teacher, the best teacher I ever had, even over Rollins. Nancy Engel was the best teacher I ever had. I don't think I'd be drawing today if it wasn't for her, because that's one reason I do this, is because I'm not one to go draw. I gotta have a purpose, a reason, because I'm not an artist. Like purpose, helping critters out with y'all, educating through Florida history. Then you get me draw or political stuff. But I don't draw just to draw. I read just to read. I admit that. Read a neat history, interesting history of Tarpon Springs. I just wish it was published in 1975. Actual published. I don't mean this silly digital. That's not publishing. Publishing requires a Heidelberg press that would fit into a room, fill an entire room, and make a lot of noise, and there's ink everywhere. That's publishing. No, you can't do it with computers. Unless you connect it to a Heidelberg, which you can. Okay. Because actually these things start to gather. There was a idea that might try to sell these, and maybe still will, but I'm going to get some Swampy books done first. And some more. Did one time had 19 of them, and then all the bookstores closed. So we pulled the plug on that. The person who was publishing, it was the same person who's hired me to be involved, to get back to the Swampy books. And a bunch of Florida history. Yeah, there's a new curator over at the Orange County History Museum. And I was good. They were there at the Pioneer Days, and I never got to meet the lady. Because I'm very suspicious. Because I've sat on a bunch of stuff to go over there because I don't trust it going there. So that attitude over there has to really change, or else, who knows? I just lost a bunch of stuff when I moved, unfortunately. But none of my Florida history that I had in my Florida room, which is 10,000 books and all kinds of memorabilia. Oh, and while I think about it, my friend Doug Kelly has his book New book came out Tuesday, Sunshine State Mafia. Today it's called The Drug Cartels. Back with Doug was involved, and so many people were involved. And it's not. I wish Bolita wasn't on here because it had so much to do with numbers running and dog tracks. That's the dog tracks had such a big part of it, and drugs, booze, all the bad stuff. So I don't know if he covered that. I just got it book a week ago Friday. I have not reading a Tarpon Springs book and reading a book from 1913 called The Motor Boys in something about the Keys. Actually, it's interesting. The writer did all these books about motor boys in the early 1900s. And this situation, this boat is coming down, comes into Florida, goes to Intercoastal, and there's all this interesting. Again, 1913 is when the book came out. So he wrote in 1912, probably 1911. So he's writing about Titusville, Melbourne, New Smyrna Beach from that time period down to Biscayne. The cards. It's funny. It's written not card sound, but cards sound with an S. That's a boo-boo. I think I need to find out. Maybe back then was it given the cards. I've read a lot of that time period because that's getting down to when my family was down that way. I've never seen it with an S. And now I forget why it was called car. I just read that last night, so I haven't had a chance to look it up. I'm trying to get this cover done. We've been trying to get this book done for a year and a half. Everything's gotten in the way to try to stop it. I'm going to get it done. I'm very close. Just need about another 5 hours, so I'll probably finish up around 1. So, yeah, golly, I should make midnight. I don't know if I can make that. Because the cover is really neat. Yeah, well, as I say, up and down the East Coast, George Washington slept here. In Florida, Al Capone slept here. It's hard not to find a place that Al Capone wasn't connected. At least there's more legitimacy to Al Capone than there is to all this Kerouac nonsense. I mean, here's a guy who Al Capone had his people all over the place, but Kerouac was just not. I mean, also I don't think of him much as a writer, but also he just had a stability issue, which Capone didn't have. But yeah, people make all this fuss about. I was at the Antiquarian Book Fair last weekend. All this stuff about because there's a Kerouac house everywhere. I think there's a Kerouac house in Micanopy and Sopchoppy, for heaven's sakes. The guy was just all over the place. And he really didn't do much when you really look at it. Capone did more in a year. Well, I got to turn this upside down to get the green I want to get. I don't know when I'm going to be out that way of Seminole County, but figure something. It might not even be till Christmas time. I got to head through there this Thursday, but I'm going to be in Winter Park actually. I'm looking at the old S&H Green Stamp store there by Hollyanna, potentially putting up a little place to sell some of my stuff. While I was up in North Carolina, I got a chance to really be around the antique stores. I had a lot of fun there. As the ladies at the Mayberry Antique Mall well know. I look forward to seeing them probably within, next, well, probably it won't be till, not this week, but the week after. But I'm gonna look at Hollyanna at the S&H Green Stamp one. I'm gonna look at one in Mayberry. I already know Mayberry. I just don't know what their prices are. But I know those ladies and I trust them, so I feel trusting about selling. Only thing is I'll have some Florida, not much. I got to figure it out. But I look forward to looking through that one. The fine old Florida stuff. I got a wonderful Florida piece of Mount Dora, just outside Mount Dora, a couple weeks ago. Ooh, that was nice. On the old Florida East Coast Railroad. Trying to keep my focus on Florida. That's what I did at the Antiquarian Book Fair. Got all this Florida stuff. Didn't you tell me once a drive-in used to be over there? I don't understand what that sentence means. I'm sorry. Didn't you tell me once a drive-in used to? I don't know what that means. Wow, it's quiet here. Wow, there's what, 6, 7 people there last. Usually, it's very quiet. Don't know why. Didn't you tell me once? I don't understand. But it's looking very likely I'm going to build up my 10,000 books of Florida history. We're going to have a library over here, which I had in my house in Ocala until that all changed. A crooked real estate market. Yep, where the Holliana Publix is. That was originally Holliana Groves. He grew oranges there. But basically, from that, just south of there, all the way up to where the store is in Maitland. That was all orange groves at one time. But so that Holliana, well, right next to Holliana Publix, where Eckert's used to be next door. And then I can't remember if it was a Woolworth or a Grant that was next door. Anyway, next to it was the entryway to the drive-in theater, which used to have orange trees on it, which was originally part of Holliana Grove. But anyway, next to that was where the original Publix was. And right now there's an antique store there called Orange Tree. Actually, there was a Dipper Dan in there too. You both are probably too young to remember that. Well, but Brian wasn't here, I don't believe you. But Carla, you were. But I think you're too young. You are too young to remember that Dipper Dan. But I remember that Dipper Dan. And there was a billiards. The billiards place was just recently gone in the last 20 years. But that Publix closed, opened up where Holliana is now, and that became an S&H green stamp store, because you get S&H green stamps from Publix. And I remember going in there when I was little, and we made use of that place. So I'm tickled about the idea of possibly having a little place there. I didn't want to do this. But what's neat about these little antique places, they handle everything for you. And that's what I have to have. So my friend Melissa's going to join me there, because she's also looking for a place. And it depends how much it is, and I'll immediately know what their walk-in traffic's like. And I know the walk-in traffic in Mayberry. The only problem is it's way up in Mount Airy. So I wouldn't establish it probably till June, and they may not have a spot open until June or soon. But I'll get my name on a list if I need to. I know someone opened some weird space there, and I don't know if they're still there now, because they put clothes, and it's like a thrift store, and that's not what they do. So you gotta have antiques. I gotta watch putting too much paint on here. This is already wrinkling a bit. Yeah, if y'all want to meet me over at the and I'll be there sometime Thursday. I'm not going to have much time. I've got to go vote in Ocala. I'm going over there. I got to drop off a painting there to John Evans, who's going to meet me there, though we haven't actually established that yet. And Melissa's meeting me there to go through the place quickly. And then I got to get to Ocala to go vote. And then I got to try to go as far north as I can, so I can make my start. I'll be heading up to North Carolina from there. I'll stay overnight probably in Pooler, Georgia, where I usually stay. And then I'll be up in Pilot Mountain late Friday. You know it as Mount Pilot. And I'll be there for my stepdaughter's court case a week from Monday. I'm helping her out. She got troubles. So a marriage from 30 years ago still, I just feel a responsibility. And no one else wants to help her. And I understand that, but somewhat. I like that. It's Teresa Glover. Everyone run. All right, everyone, hide your wallets. Teresa, pick this up. I've only been in a Five Below. I went to one in Ocala once. I think I went to one in Lakeland when I was there. But then I just went to one in, where the heck was I? Looking, turned around here. Where was I? There was a public. Oh, it was in Melbourne. It was a Five Below. Went to Aldi, and Aldi hadn't been to, and that was next door. Anyway, they had a Pez with a Peep, so I got a Peep Pez. Peep Pez. There's way too much Peep stuff out there. Scary. I got a Peep Pez. You got a Peep Pez? Teresa has almost every Pez ever known to man. Oh, they had all the Halloween ones really discounted, so I went and picked them up. Again, I say my focus is Florida, and then I say that. It is Florida. It is. It really is. See all these books I have here that I picked up at the book fair. Woo! There's a lot of them. But that was when I sold the house. That's what I wanted to do, was to do that. And I picked up some frames too, $1 each. After my weekly Tim Reynolds meeting on Friday, I went over to the Trinity Episcopal Church thrift store for the first time. It was a month earlier I'd been there, and I picked up some $1 6x4 frames, so I can put actually some of those pictures in that we talked about. And so I'm the Bartow. Hey, Carl and Brian, I can't give you artwork. I'm the Bartow Artist of the Month in May. You got that's Mr. Smith to you. We're gonna have a whole. Actually, I have some Florida historic paintings, watercolor paintings that I did. Those will be there, along with a bunch of mermaids, which I may be replaced with mermaids I do during Mermay this May. Oh, River of Life is almost done. I was gonna have it. I got the interior done like planned yesterday, but I could not get the cover done today. It's almost done. I'll have it done. My goal midnight. It's just hours of work. It's just hours and hours and hours of work. I need either water or brush here. Keep moving this thing around. I picked this up. This is a Northwest Florida Waters Cruising and Anchoring Guide. What makes it really interesting is where it is. It's basically going from Alabama across to the Big Bend, and it's from 1986, I think. I forget. Anyway, it's got some great notes of, because Destin's nothing like this. Look at this Destin. That's it. There's a couple buildings. That's it. Otherwise, there's nothing there. Wow, that place is a mess. And this bridge, I could tell you so much about this area, but I won't, because it's preposterous. But anyway, it's got there's a lot of maps in it. It's really neat. Oh, that's interesting. So I hadn't thought of it that way, Teresa. Yeah, I guess that is true. Because I've noticed the Dollar Trees all with $5 stuff in them. I picked up some things for the step grandchildren there, and bring up to them at Five Below. That is, a whole bunch of stuff. Anyway, there's some nifty maps. I'm not seeing them. Yeah, Harbor Village, which is still there. A lot of things have altered. Carabel since this has rearranged itself a few times. Anyway, it's a nifty little book. Anyway, it's in the way. I'm trying to get water, and I got completely distracted. All right, hold on here. I got some water. I got a big brush. That's what I need, a big brush. So just quickly little this. And so just let me know, Carla and Brian, if you want to try to meet over at Hollyanna on Thursday. I'll probably be there about 11:30, and I'm heading from there to North Carolina. Teresa, I am going to North Carolina to go help Amber for a court case on Monday. And then I should be back in about a week. And then I'll be in Bartow on the 13th of May. And I'll be St. Patrick's Day. I'll be in North Carolina, and I don't know if I'm going to find much to do there. On St. Patrick's Day. I think that's a Sunday, isn't it? I think so. It's a week from. It's a week because the last few years was extensively reading Irish stories and Irish history, but this year I'm so bloody busy. Oh, so Teresa, I should have River. I'm pretty certain I'm going to have River of Life. Tiffany's got the interior of the book, but I may still have another book by that time if things go well. I'm pushing. I love to have the Ross Allen book done. Martha Lynn Allen just posted a picture, a colorized version of her grandfather, which is actually going to be helpful for the cover. Because I'll take that as his coloring, even though it was digitally probably made up. Her court case is March 18th. And it's a two-sided one now. It's actually got two levels to it. I don't know what this judge is going to do. Stupid activist judge. Stupid activist judge. But she can't. This activist judge can't just go, I feel, because she's got some stuff she's going to have to judge. And when I heard her say "I feel" during that court case, I almost screamed. I mean, that told me everything I need to know. This judge is not. And she said, I don't want to dictate. I don't want to judge. I don't want to judge. I want you all to figure this out. That's not why we're in a courtroom, Judge. You have a job to do. Do it. Ugh. Well, she was a public defender before this, and she reeks of being inept. And clearly wasn't prepared to do this. She was just a PD I guess last May, so it's almost been a year. So my judge friends who are no longer with us would have just said, we would have worked to get her out of there, because that's just not the way to act. And when I saw how she after she said, I don't want to judge, and then she ends up judging. Her decisions were very poor, and clearly she's. Well, there's a dog. Oh, okay, yeah, we got another. Teresa's also a dog person. Bungie the dog. Multiple dogs. I still haven't gotten to a good person yet. What time is it? Oh, I better hurry. All right. Well, if you want, just let me know if you want to meet over at. I still call it the S&H Green Stamp Store. It's called Orange Tree Antiques or something. I've been in it before. It's been a while. My problem is going to be I got to get in there and I got to get out. And that's going to be tough, because there's, right when you walk into the right, there has been, if the fellow's still there, or lady, or who, I guess it's a fellow because of what he has a bunch of Florida stuff. So something of. Well, maybe it was your court case. You've been there, Carla? So you know it. There aren't a lot of antique places, surprisingly, in Orange County. There's a lot more around where Teresa is. Oh, I saw Sandy Silverman, Teresa. She's in the, what the heck is it, the ladies' consignment shop there on 98. Actually, she and her husband were both there. I got those nifty children's books. last year, around my birthday. No, it was 2 years ago because she wasn't there last year. It was 2 years ago I was over there. Anyway. Oh, and the folks who have inklings. Yeah, that guy who has inklings. Wow. Yeah, there's a guy that I am doing drawing for his children. That's because his wife came up first. If he'd come up, I would have gotten rid of him because he's a jerk. But I'm just being nice. Let me tell you, I'm just being nice. Well, that guy was a real jerk. I might have forgiven him if he was older, but he's younger and he should know better. And you just don't act like that. Feel bad for those little children. Bungalow Boutique. Yep, just down from Bomar. I still hope to come over that way for Fred's Mark around my birthday, but I don't know how that's going to work yet because of Bartow on the 13th. And I'm not going to be able to stay with Susie and Russell. I don't know if I mentioned they're redoing their house. Actually, that's kind of because of me. I was the one pushing them. They're thinking about selling. I said, if you're going to sell, you better do it soon. Because there's some really stupid things coming out of Washington, along with other things that are going on. I think you're going to sell, you better do it quick. And that's why I was told the first person who bought my house, you better do that quick, kid. And the other thing, every time I've done a swampy book, it's just been the same time we've had a big economic slump. So here we go. I always like to make sure I time things just right. Play some Irish music here. Yeah, I look forward to spending some time up there, just maybe about a week, maybe a little less, I'm not sure. North Carolina, get back to the Derby restaurant. Which has nothing to do with, it has to do with hats. Though I was seeing I went over to Ted Peters a week ago today. In fact, it was I don't know, I'd already been there and left by this time. I saw that Horse and Hounds restaurant. That's a great place to go. I went there accidentally. Was I there? Yeah, it was there. They're doing the Kentucky Derby. A bunch of ladies there with hats. I love seeing ladies dressed up like that. So nice. and it doesn't happen much. I saw it in Cocoa. There's an Irish pub down Cocoa Beach. Oh gosh, I did the legs wrong. Dang it. I gotta stop and think. Also, the arms are too long and the legs are too short. Oh well. I had some quick color to this because I'm past. Oh, I'm past it. I'm at 8. Yeah, the convention I'm going to do in June, I'm thinking about finding out if there are going to be any young people there and maybe get a little thing about favorite critters so I can do that. I'm not sure if I'm going to be at the homeschool convention. I need to really get that done because I go there every year and draw happy animals. If I'm not there, it'll be the first time in 15 years I haven't been there. Wow, you want to feel good about things? You want to find some folks who really care about little critters? Right there. Because they've had a chance to experience them and always get quick responses. If you want to make that I need to draw a little slower sometimes. Work on that. I'll be doing lives this week on my personal page. I guess I may do one tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday. Then I don't know when I'll do another one. I'm going to see if maybe we can do a live with the return of Alex next week. I'll see if Alex will cooperate, and maybe we'll have an Alex part of it. Of course, I won't have a computer, so it'll be very limited. That's a quick color to this. But I hope y'all are doing well. Or okay, or somewhat okay. Okay, let's see if I can get some paint on here. I think that's clear. Oops, got a little green on there. Let me see if we got ungreen it. All this. Okay, see what I see. Oh, I can't see what I'm doing. Oh, I know what I need to do. I'm going to go over here and get that over there. Need a little bit of green in there. Ooh. How are y'all doing? What are you all up to? Very quiet. So quiet this time. Kind of sad about that because I'm not sure if I'm doing. I mean, I'll try to do one when I'm up there, but I won't be doing daily. It'll be maybe a Saturday or Sunday. I don't think I'll do both days. Well, no, it won't be. Maybe Sunday. We'll see. I'm doing so many of these recently. Been really helpful. And I know Teresa mentioned about doing some drawings at the Bartow opening. As long as I'm thinking I'm going to really push for the history part. Folks tell me what their favorite bit about Bartow history is. My whole thing is when I'm doing these things is get folks to learn about something, for heaven's sakes. Don't stand around like a big dummy. Tell me something. Some education. Whole reason I do, as I was saying earlier, I just happen to draw. I'm not an artist. I don't have a mindset of an artist. I don't like arts people. Typically, I don't like artists. But I love to get to learning and educating, and that's the fun for me. And the idea of doing this homeschool curriculum, because you can't do it for public schools. Maybe we can. My thought is to shame the public schools into starting, but I don't think I'm going to have quite that power. But I do have resources to make that happen to a certain extent, which I'm certainly going to make use of if I can get this curriculum done, of course, which won't be too hard, as long as I don't make it too involved. Where's the bunny? Yeah, that's a good idea. Yes, I have a friend here, Cheryl Otero. She was part of that ski team. They are very serious. I think they do. I cannot thank. I mean, if I could thank them, I'd love to thank them for doing it because it's all left. Well, I mean, there's Teresa's not far from that. I think it's wonderful they're doing that. And I think it's important, imperative that they do that. In fact, I don't know if you know, but my last wife, Sandra, her cousin owned Cypress Gardens. Was one of two owners of the Cypress Gardens that sold off to Legoland, but he had no historical interest at all. It was something in his it was a piece of real estate in his portfolio. You know what? I really should have brought a cup of water. That's what I'm eating here. I was realizing because I want this to blend a bit. I can't see because the light is shining on it. Yeah, I'd love to go out there for that one of these times because I'm connected to their page. I'm so tickled that they do it. I think it's so important. And Legoland has continued it. But their thing isn't Florida. And I'm glad they kept the Florida pool that Dick Pope built for Esther Williams. Does that look okay? I'm having trouble seeing what I'm doing because the light's shining off. I need this angled a little bit more to do watercolor. I forgot I did a lot when I did watercolor. I had this angle more. I hope y'all go. Take pictures, send them to me. I always see their perspective, but I haven't seen others. I don't know if I know of someone who's been to it. Well, because even Cheryl, I don't think has been out there for it. There's a good Cheryl Otero question. Yeah, Cheryl is from Wisconsin, and that's where the ski teams have been doing this for the last 50 years, 60 years. They would train up there during summertime, and then they'd come down and do the ski shows during wintertime here. And I forget what that's called. I forget that area. And so that's how she got into it. And she was skiing there back 30, 40 years ago for that same ski team. Now she's not doing it. She's gotten a little... Actually, she and I are the exact same age. Yeah, she's a little old to be doing that, I guess. But yeah, I hope you all go out there. Send me photos, please. I'm an objective individual. I really like getting various viewpoints of things. They always seem to post wonderful pictures there, but I always wonder, is it really looking like that? And I haven't been able to go out. This situation, my new job situation, it should enable me to get out and about to a certain extent more, but I've also got a lot of work to do. That's why my trip to North Carolina can't be too long, because the trip in June is going to be longer, because the convention's 3 days. But I would like to see my elementary school art teacher again. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it this time around, maybe in June. And I need to call Keith Flaw about the homeschool convention. It was something neat about the homeschool convention too, is that there are all these people, with critter opportunities, which I think is neat. Besides me pushing, not being scared, and I don't have to with homeschoolers. They're too smart for that. Public school folks, good luck. And I'm getting real late into all this. I got about 5 minutes. So I need to get out of here. Whether I get this done, and I'm going to finish up the cover. I finished up. There's two little canoes of critters on the cover, and I got the 2 canoes done. I got more than half the critters done. There's a whole background that's mostly done. I got to do the water. The water's the last part because there's going to be reflection. And I got to make sure I get all it done so I get the right reflection. I messed up that leg. I know I did. So if you commented here, Teresa, so I'll hang on to this, Carla. Put your name on it. Your and Brian's name on it. And if Teresa, or if either of you want this, you can have this too. Yeah, the big thing, as Teresa knows, with my new job thing is I'm supposed to be trying to make money and not just give everything away. So I've actually upped my prices for things, as folks have noted. So I'm doing an event in Bradenton on April 4th. And they're paying more for it, but they're okay with that. I just did something for Raymond James' office. Okay, I see that's the flip of that. I tell you, that's a hard one to do. But the thing was, they know how I am about Florida history. So long as they know how I am about Florida history, we're okay. Because I'm not a fan of legalized gambling. It's not something I care for, and it's not helping Florida. It's you think developing the sprawl and all. Which, of course, I'm very much against. Very, very, very much against. Just gotta get some darkness in here. Practical development is okay, but like where I am in Palm Bay, it can't happen. They've really screwed it up so poorly. And like where our friend Andrea Kaczynski is, any of the Mackle Brothers projects, any of the general development are just so horribly done. The roads can't work. Doesn't matter what you do, you can't get them to work. I can't get this dark enough. Oh, I'm almost done here. And I'm sorry, I really don't know all who's here, so thank you for being here if you are. And I can't know those things. And if you're on YouTube, thank you. I'll have to see if I can do some sped up versions of some of this. But I won't do that till after I get my stuff done. I guess that's okay. It's a little. I'm having a water problem here I didn't think about. I should have. My fault. My fault. All my fault. Real quick. So I should be doing a live here in my Cartoons by Rob Smith Jr. page tomorrow. I'm using those drawing times for a couple things. One is make sure I keep doing drawing because I won't do it otherwise. But also make sure there have been interesting ways of keeping deadlines I need to keep. And tomorrow I got a bunch of stuff. I need to pencil a whole bunch of political cartoons. And I should have no trouble having all this done by 7. My problem will be I need to get them all colored on Tuesday and done. I'm going back to my old. I was thinking it was Wednesday, but it's Tuesday. Deadline's Tuesday. Even though I don't necessarily have to do that, I think I want to get back to doing it like I used to do it. Yeah, that's what I'd like to talk to Maria Bolton about. She's involved with the Split Oak issue, and I'm doing something to help that out, for one thing. The situation in Palm Bay is another one. Good God. And this was a Mackle Brothers project. This was a general development scam. They've got one little spot out here that's 65 miles of road that nobody can take. And they don't do anything with it. They just let it sit there. They sprawl the development out. They don't bother to take care of things that should be taken care of, where they can make the community better. And it's not hard. I worked in planning. I know how to do it. It's not that hard. You actually do something with it. There we go. All right. Well, that's not too bad. It's okay. And I'm 8:16. Got to get out. All right. Thank you all for being here, being a part of things. I will see you all next time. Rob Smith here. Oh, I can't quite see that. There you go. Rob Smith Jr. here. I'll see you all next time. And take care. Have a great week. And I'll be on my cartoons page probably tomorrow night at 7. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Teresa, Carl, and Brian. Here, wait a minute. How I'm using this new thing. Stop. Oh, I get the stop button covered. Gotta move this over.